Griffon. This coaster looks great, diving out over the midway, and with its awesome water splash. But is it just a regular B&M Dive coaster? Or is this one a bit more special? Find out in this review. B&M Dive coasters, or vertical coasters from Roller Coaster Tycoon, always fascinated me, as this is the one type found in the original game, not counting the expansion packs, that seemed to be rare to find. Or at least that's how my brain thought, since I discredited the rareness of wooden Wild Mouse coasters. With only a few installations at first, unless you travel to one of the Busch Gardens parks, you likely would not running into these coasters. Their main elements feature that holding brake, which looks pretty scary off-ride, but likely doesn't really help with the airtime and drop feeling. And a large vertical drop after that holding brake. In recent years, these are becoming a lot more common, as Six Flags has added them to a lot of parks. And it is not surprising to see why, as they really look terrific. Griffon, though, was the fourth dive coaster ever built, way back in 2007. With large capacity to the trains, 10 riders can sit across, which is a bit more than other B&M Dive coasters. This ride cranks through capacity, so the line should actually move at a pretty decent pace. It also opened with floorless trains, unlike SheiKra at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay, that was later converted to have them, mainly because they got jealous of Griffon. An almost full queue line still will only take about 15 to 20 minutes, with a slightly longer wait if you want to sit in the very front row. There's also a single rider line, but this can get pretty long, so if it is filled up, it really won't save you any time, but does give you a chance of getting a front row ride for an equal wait. After quickly climbing the lift hill, you turn around slowly before creeping towards that holding brake. This looks out on the Anheuser-Busch plant that's directly in front of you, which is pretty neat to see with the history of Busch Gardens. And with a drop going between and under the pathways, it is really, really striking, as you get an incredible sense of just how high you are. The Coca-Cola bottle telling you to say "ah" is a nice touch. I don't get scared on too many roller coasters anymore, but this just has really striking visuals that start to make me question myself, even after riding this coaster multiple times. The first drop then offers a nice punch. With the visuals in the front, this is slightly elevated there because the visuals are just so strong on this coaster to begin with. The back row, however, will get a bit more actual force on the drop, making it a little bit better from a force perspective. But this drop is more about just how it psychs out your mind. Still, it is tall and powerful, standing at 205 feet. After the drop, you go into an Immelman, which is what basically every dive coaster does. This doesn't do a lot for me other than turning around the coaster, and being a large element, diving back down after this is large enough that you do get some faint drop feelings, though, which does help with the overall power of this coaster. This leads into a tame turn upwards, though you do get a small pop of airtime towards the back while you're leveling off, and a mid-course brake run. On Griffon's counterpart, SheiKra, this is actually my favorite drop, the one off the mid-course, as you're able to get floater airtime all the way down. Here, you get a nice solid drop with solid floater, but it's not nearly as magical as its counterpart. This leads into another Immelman, which doesn't do a lot, but is big and powerful and looks amazing off-ride when you're walking down along the river. Next, you have a bunny hill that is a great touch, and actually gives decent airtime as you power over it. This hop leads into a splashdown that serves as a quasi-brake for this coaster, which is why this coaster cannot operate in near freezing weather, before a few calmer turns that lead back into the final brakes, with a nice sneaky final airtime pop into the brakes themselves. Overall, how good is Griffon? This is a powerful coaster that plays great for the genre, with awesome visuals on the drop and a nice setting around water. The layout has more airtime pops than I'm used to on a dive coaster, with a solid bunny hill and other little pops throughout the ride, which really just helps elevate it as more than just a tall dive coaster. I rank Griffon as my favorite dive coaster, placing a few spots ahead of SheiKra in my overall rankings because of its collection of airtime. I rank it right above Aquaman Power Wave at Six Flags Over Texas. Though it is a simple shuttle coaster, I'm in love with the incredible feeling on the various spikes that Aquaman has, which creates just a truly special coaster experience. I rank Griffon right below Switchback at ZDT's amusement park. I loved this wooden shuttle coaster more than most, but it offered a solid first drop, 2 strong airtime hills, an overbank that took a bite out of you when you went backwards through it, plus the unique gimmick of a vertical spike on a wooden coaster. With its wild, airtime-filled layout, it played on par with much bigger coasters, at least for me. Are you a bit scared when you ride Griffon? Do you find the added airtime to elevate this dive coaster? Let me know. And as always, Kapkun Krap.